Hello everyone, welcome to Bharatiya IAS Institute. This is me Sayyid Shudatullah presenting you a new economic series of Telangana state. So one by one all the chapters of Telangana Economic Survey 2023 I will be covering. Those students who are thinking that this particular survey will not be that much of importance because you may get another survey in the very next year, but I have to tell you this point that the next year survey will come around June or May like that. So remember this point here, this survey still works for you for 5 to 6 months. Moreover, remember another point here, TSPSC or UPSC, whether there is a government is there, the previous government or a new government is there, they generally don't consider which government is actually there in the state. They are having this predictability of asking questions from the previous schemes and previous programs also. Moreover, the data whatever we are having with regard to health, education, all will remain same only. So there is not much difference when it comes to the economic survey variables, except new policies and schemes that will be launched by our Batman of Telangana, that is Mr. Revant Reddy. Okay, the CM. Fine. So in the economic survey, so we are having around 15 chapters are there. The first chapter that we are going to talk about today is overview of Telangana economy. Overview of Telangana economy, it means what? How the Telangana economy has performed over a period of time. Okay, what is the GSDP growth rate of Telangana over a period of time? Along with that, little bit information with regard to inflation, information with regard to poverty, information with regard to agriculture sector, industry sector, service sector, means the whole economic survey, however, how many chapters we are having, all of them are comprehended, or you can say that concised in one chapter, that is overview of economic survey. Okay, students, no need to worry about the dates and year on the schemes if they are not mentioned. So one more important point I have to tell you that if at all in the overview of the chapter, if you don't come across, or if I don't tell you the scheme dates or scheme years, no need to worry about it. Why? Because in the separate chapters, anyhow the date, the month, the year, the performance, the features, each and everything will be covered, where it is launched, by whom it is launched, everything will be covered. So as it is what is there in the economic survey, little bit extension to that also I am discussing in the chapter. Okay. And one more important information, those who want to have the PDF of this particular chapters, okay, 1 to 5 PDFs are uploaded in the website www.bharatiyias.com, okay, bharatiyiasinstitute.com. There they can purchase it, or they can directly, okay, just mail me on this particular ID. This is my ID, email ID, just mail me. Okay, I will give the link of payment and send you the PDFs of whatever we are learning. Okay, sayyed.shujat25@gmail.com. This is where you have to mail me, and I will give the link of payment where you can do the payment and you can get the chapters. First 5 chapters are already uploaded in the website. Okay, you can directly purchase from it. If it is not there, you can do this. Okay, rest 8 to 9 chapters will be uploaded within 2-3 days. No need to worry about it. Economic survey plays a very important role in your examination for sure. Okay, let us get started with our first chapter, that is overview of Telangana economy. See chapter 1 overview. Okay, so the chapter 1 starts with some important points with regard to Telangana economy. It says that GDP growth rate of various sectors. It gives us agriculture statistics and its performance. It throws a light on what? Irrigation. Industrial sector statistics and its performance, and little bit they have given with regard to what? TSI-pass. Service sector statistics and its performance, and with regard to IT and ITES performance they have given to us in the overview. Public finance management, nothing but the budget, the debt, the receipts, the expenditure of the Telangana government has been mentioned. So in the overview of the chapter, these are the various headings given in our economic survey. Okay, Chalo. Now you can see that a small introduction was given. This introduction anyhow you know, but it plays a very important role for all the examination point of view with regard to TSPSC. Telangana state was formed 2nd June 2014. You know that very well. It is a landlocked state, means all the sites are having what land boundaries are there. That's why we are called as landlocked states. Okay, located in the southern Indian peninsula, means here we are located, and the plateau name is Deccan Plateau we are located, and the capital is what? Hyderabad. If you see the longitude and latitude of Telangana, this one and this one, if you see, okay, the region lies between 15 degrees 50 minutes north and 19 degrees 55 minutes north latitudes. Okay, here you are having this one, 15 and 19. Please remember, okay, to make it more hard for the examination point of view, they may also give you what? 1550, 1955. At least these two numbers you should know. Okay, with regard to longitudes, you can see 77 degrees east 48 and 81 degrees 19. Okay, so here you can see 77, and here this area you can see 81 degrees. Remember this point. So 3 points we have learned now. The first point is the formation, date, month and year. The second point is the Telangana is a landlocked state situated in the southern Indian peninsula. The plateau on which Telangana is situated is called as Deccan Plateau. These are the latitudinal and longitudinal, okay, ranges of our Telangana state. Okay, with regard to the rank in population, Telangana ranked 12th. And according to 2011 census, we are having a population around 350 lakhs, you can say, or 3 crore 50 lakhs. Both are same. Okay, exactly you remember better for the examination point of view, because in order to eliminate the competition, it is possibility is there they may give you directly, because survey mentioned like this, so you should know the figures according to the survey also. So 350.4 lakhs they may give, 355 lakhs they may give, 351 lakhs they may give. Remember this point, it is 350.04 lakhs. Okay, as per the 2011 census, nothing but 3 crores 50 lakhs population we are having at this point of time. With regard to the area, Telangana ranks 11th. Okay, and the total area of ours is 1,12,077 square kilometers. Means the Telangana, however, we are having in this shape, no? Okay, if we consider it as a square like this, okay, 1,12,077 square kilometer means here 1,12,077, here 1,12,077. So all sides 1,12,077 square kilometer. Every side will be 1,12,000. Okay, this is how you have to understand whenever they give you square kilometer. Whatever the shape is there, if you put it in the square, what is the distance, you will easily get. Telangana is having two major rivers. One is Godavari and Krishna rivers. Godavari accounts for 79% of the water of Godavari goes from the Telangana, and 69% of the water of Krishna grows from the Telangana. Remember this point, very, very important. Okay, the area drained is nothing but how much amount of water of Godavari and Krishna flows in Telangana state. It is 79% for the Godavari and 69% for Krishna river. 9 is anyhow common, 7 6 or 6 7 like that you remember. Okay, the official language of the state are declared as Telugu and Urdu. The state once upon a time was having only 10 districts. Now we have 33 districts. 459 mandals were there, changed into 612 mandals. At one point of time we are having gram panchayats of 8,368 gram panchayats. Now we are having 12,769 gram panchayats. Okay, this data is also important. Make sure that you don't skip the data. Okay, districts 33, mandals increased to 612, gram panchayats increased to what? 12,769. This is the basic information given in our Telangana Economic Survey. I will just move aside. You can pause your video and you can take down. Okay, if you are having that much of patience and time to write in your notebook, you can do it with this, or you can directly purchase a PDF as it is. Okay, chalo. Now let us see the first important area of our Telangana economy, that is GDP trends. So the first point here is what about GDP growth? Okay. If you see from 2014-15 to 2022 to 2023, okay, in 2014 to 15 we are actually contributing 4.1% to India's GDP. Okay, from this year to this year means all the 10 years if we have moved almost, okay, we are now contributing 4.9% to India's GDP. Means contribution to the India's GDP has increased, okay, significantly you can say, because it is a larger difference only. So in 2014 how much GDP, okay, we are actually contributing in the India's GDP 4.1%. At this point of time today as of now 4.9%, very huge difference. As per the provisional advance estimates, Telangana gross state domestic product at current prices at this point of time stands at 13.27 lakh crore. 13.27 lakh crore. So at current prices means in the last fiscal year how much goods and services are produced. If you sum up the value of all of them, the total value stands at 13.27 lakh crore. It is a very good GDP size, GSDP size of the state. Telangana GDP growth rate is 15.6% and it is greater than country's GDP growth rate, which is 15.4%. Very slight difference is there, but still our growth is faster than India's average growth rate. Remember this point here. As a statement they can ask you in the examination. When it comes to per capita income also, Telangana's per capita income at current prices stands at 3.17 lakh rupees. Okay, again it is greater than India's national average per capita income of 1.46 lakh rupees. Means you can see that India's average per capita income is 1.46. We are having 3.7117. It means our per capita income is almost double than the India's average per capita income. So a lot of data is there. That is how you have to study and by heart. Okay, with regard to the concept of inclusivity, as per the National Family Health Survey 2019 to 21 report, in these 3 years they have taken, 2 years they have taken the survey, the state of Telangana ranks first among all states, and along with Telangana, Tamil Nadu and Kerala also stand number 1 in equitable income distribution with a Gini coefficient of 0.10. If it is 0 means perfect equality is there. It means 10 apples distributed among 10 individuals, 1 apple to everyone. If this happens, then it is called as what? Perfect equality, which is nothing but Gini coefficient will come to 0.0. Okay, but no country will have perfect equality. Some will earn more, some will earn less based on their skills, based on their talent. That is a common process. But having 0.10 as a Gini coefficient is not a small thing. It is a very huge successful milestone that we have achieved. So with regard to inclusivity, Telangana along with Tamil Nadu and Kerala stands number 1 in equitable distribution of what? Income. Okay, so these are the GDP trends. You can just pause it and you can take the data whatever is there. Now with regard to agriculture, agriculture share in GSVA, gross state value added, agriculture once upon a time was contributing 16.3%, but at this point of time agriculture is contributing 18.2%. It means what? Farmers' welfare happened or not? Yes. Farmers are having a good time or not? Yes. Because more production in agriculture happens only when the farmers have a trust in the government policy and the agriculture sector is making them or giving them profits. Then only the share will increase. Otherwise, why the share will increase? Yes, because of the obviously the Raitu Bandhu program, you can expect that the share would have gone very, very large also. So you can also understand one point here. The Raitu Bandhu, in Raitu Bandhu, the amount is given, whatever 12,000 amount is given to the owners, but not to the one who is actually cultivating. So not to the cultivator, not to the tenant, but given to what? Owner. Okay. It means what? Again, rich people are becoming more richer, and poor people have to do all the finances all by themselves. Okay. But without going into the analysis of it, let us complete our economic survey at the earliest. Agriculture share in the GSVA, once upon a time it was only 16.3, now increased to what? 18.2 because of Mission Kakatiya also. If you see the irrigation, okay, values, 2014 to 15 irrigation, okay, whatever the infrastructure we are having, the infrastructure used to provide irrigation to around 62.48 lakh acres. When it comes to 2021, irrigation infrastructure is able to irrigate around 135 lakh acres. It is a very huge jump you can see with regard to irrigation. Okay, till now, to increase the irrigation, government of Telangana has invested around 1.61 lakh crore. Okay, the increase in irrigation will lead to what? Increase in production or not? Means you supply irrigation water facility to new areas, give water and irrigation to the new areas, obviously production will increase. So this irrigation increase area is automatically translated into production also. You can see that 2015 to 16, okay, paddy production was 45.71 lakh metric ton. By 2021 to 2022, it became what? 202 lakh metric ton. So irrigation increase, automatically what has happened? Paddy production also increase. It means both are in sync. Both are in sync. There is no controversy or a paradox between these two. And so much so that because of the increased production, we are able to satisfy our domestic demand. Okay, whatever the paddy production, rice production we are doing, no, that production is enough for our Telangana population, and more than that only we are actually producing. That's why we are having surplus paddy production and we are able to sell it to different institutions. And one of our vendor here is Food Corporation of India, that is FCI. Okay, you can see here, state has slowly emerged as the second largest supplier of paddy to the Food Corporation of India. Food Corporation of India is a nodal agency that actually distributes, okay, ration to various states. Distribute rations to various states. One of the implementing agency of National Food Security Act, nothing but distributing the supplies, okay, food supplies to the ration shops. So this Food Corporation of India is a central government institution. They purchase the paddy from different states and different farmer producer organization. So our state is also supplying to them. Okay, obviously we are earning money from them for sure. So now you can imagine that the production became so good that we now became the second largest supplier of food to the Food Corporation of India. Then another important with regard to agriculture, one important push is also given to what? Palm cultivation. This is how a palm tree looks like, and this is how the garden of palm tree will be. Okay, this little bit information I have taken from the NCRT here. Okay, it is not mentioned in Telangana Economic Survey, but you should know that when we are so much interested and focused on this palm cultivation, you should know something about that plant. Oil palm is a humid tropical crop. Humid is nothing but when moisture should be there in the air. It thrives best in the areas where you are having a temperature range of 22 degrees centigrade to 24 degrees centigrade. So Telangana has every time more than that, so no need to worry about it. Okay, up to 33 degrees centigrade also it can able to survive. So very good range of temperature is there. That's why it is very much accommodative crop in our state. Oil palm requires at least 5 to 6 hours of bright sunshine per day and 80% of humidity for optimum growth. So bright sunshine, I don't have to tell you, half of the India's lies in the tropical zone only. So 365 days, getting 4 to 5 hours of sunlight is a very common thing in our country. Okay, fine. And being Telangana very close to the equator, you can understand that, okay, this much amount of sunshine or brightness is always available in our state. So it is very apt conditions for this oil palm to grow in our state. Okay, Telangana ranks 6th in terms of area under oil palm cultivation. Okay, area is this much. Second, in fresh fruit bunch, means bunch is nothing but grapes is, all the grapes together is called as one bunch. So oil palms all together is called as what? A bunch. So in terms of bunch production, we rank second. In terms of oil extraction from oil palm, we rank first. Very, very good we are doing with regard to what? This particular oil palm cultivation. Okay. So what are the measures? Means how these all are happening. How this oil in oil palm, with regard to oil palm crop, we are doing lot of good things. Why is it so? Okay, because government has announced lot of initiatives for the promotion of oil palm cultivation in our state. The first one here is 50% assistance were given on mechanization. The trees are so huge, you cannot do, okay, all the tearing or breaking or falling the trees, you cannot do with the hand. That's why you require machines. When machines are given at the 50% assistance, that is a very good initiative. Government has targeted 20 lakh acres under oil palm in the mission mode as a part of crop diversification. Crop diversification is nothing but our Telangana farmers have been growing. Our Telangana farmers have been growing rice, wheat, paddy, jowar, bajra, rice, wheat, paddy, jowar, bajra. This is how they have been growing. This will lead to what? Soil degradation. Okay, continuous use of a particular crop, the soil will not have the enough nutrients at one point of time and the crop will not give you much productivity. That's why it is important that we have to change the pattern of cropping and you have to shift to other crops in order to maintain the fertility of the soil. That is the reason, in order to make the complete agriculture area sustainable, okay, for the future also, government has taken this initiative of oil palm cultivation, one of the core objective of crop diversification. 11 companies are now operating in the state and they all have established nurseries with a capacity to raise around 2.67 crore oil palm seedlings. Means oil palm seedlings production is also enough. These seedlings will sow in the soil and that is how you will get the oil palm tree. Another notable outcome which would help farmers boost their incomes is the famous Tandoor red gram bagging. Tandoor red gram bagging. Bagging means getting a geographical indication tag. It is 16 product of Telangana to get a GI tag, and this process was facilitated by Professor Jaishankar, Telangana State Agriculture University. Very, very good information. Please make sure that you know about it. I'll just move aside. You can pause it and you can write. Some concepts are there. This concept you can study in the PDF. That is not a problem. What is the meaning of assured irrigation? Okay, innovation and technology are prime drivers of industrial growth. Economic slowdown has twin effects: decrease in revenue receipts and increase in revenue expenditure. These have been mentioned in our Telangana Economic survey. That is why I have also given to you. As it is, you have to study. The question will come exactly on these particular statements only. Okay. Now let us go with another important overview of our economy, that is the industry sector. We have already learned with GDP growth trends. We have just now seen agriculture. Now we are going to see what? Industry. In 2022 to 2023, industrial sector contribution at current prices to the GSDP is 19%. How much industrial sector is contributing to our economy? 19%. Nominal GVA growth rate of 10.5%. Okay, so we got the nominal, we got the present, then TSI pass. Okay, first of all, you should know the full form of TSI pass, very, very important, write in the comment section. According to the survey, it is clearly told that, government innovative policies has resulted. Government, you know that Telangana government, Mr. KTR has launched lot of policies. Solar policy is there, medical devices policy is there, life sciences policy is there, EV vehicle policy is there, cyber security policy is there, T-Hub is there, etc. Many such institutions has been established because of the various innovative policies. Okay, we have seen increased investments and employment opportunities in industrial sector. TSI pass, a government flagship initiative. Flagship is nothing but this is our ship and this is our flag, right or wrong? Normally, this is the water, this is the ship. This is the complete government. The government is identified with these programs which are there on the flag. As a ship is identified with the flag, the government's major objectives are called as what? Flagship initiative. So TSI-Pass is a flagship initiative. It has till now attracted 20,237 crore investment in 2022 to 2023. Okay. So in 2022 to 2023, how much investment we have got in TSI-Pass? 20,000 crore. Important data, please remember it. And with this amount of money, the number of industries established was 2,518 new industries has been established, and after the establishment, obviously the employment will be generated. The employment is generated around 72,908 people has been employed. That much of employment opportunity has been created. Okay. Telangana has 78 incubators. Incubators are nothing but the place where all the industrial infrastructure is there. Okay, the place where all the industrial or IT infrastructure is there at one place. Those are called as incubators. Yeah, I want to start a IT company. I don't have to go to anywhere. I just have to take the lease agreement or the rent. I have to hire that T hub is there, no, in that one particular floor or 2-3 flats. I just can ask from the government, and I will pay to the government, and I will get the premises to use for the business. Okay, that is called as incubators. Incubators have all the required facilities, like electricity will be there, water will be there, cubicles will be there, conference halls will be there. So nothing but plug and play. So I want to start a business, I will just go inside it, I should start working it. Okay, I don't have to go for the development. So if a state is having this kind of infrastructure already in place, why a particular person will go to another state and start building on its own everything? It just wastes of time or not? Yes. So these are called as incubators, which are which are like ready to play, like that. Telangana has 78 incubators, accelerators, and co-working spaces with a specific focus on life sciences, financial technology, agri-tech, and digital. Remember this, all of this. Okay. A startup named Darwin Box is the first startup from Telangana that joined the Unicorn Club. Unicorn clubs are nothing but those companies that have touched 100 crore turnover in 10 years, within 10 years. Within 10 years, they became 100 crore. Today, I started the company in 2023 December. Okay, 33 December, my company turned to what? 100 crore rupees. So this particular scenario is called as unicorn. So the first unicorn means obviously 10 years happened, 2014 to almost we are in 2023 end. So this almost in 9 years only, one company, that is Darwin Box, they have already, okay, joined the Unicorn Club. And another startup called as Skyroot Aerospace has gained lot of distinguishing status, is one of the India's leading private sector or rocket company called as Prarambh. Okay, called as Prarambh. T-Hub has bagged the Best Incubator Award also in our country. Okay, in the National Startup Awards 2022. National Startup Awards were announced by Department of Policy, Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. Okay, this DPIIT works under the Ministry of Commerce. This DPIIT announces awards annually called as National Startup Awards. In this National Startup Awards, T-Hub Incubator has been awarded the best incubator in India. Okay, so it shows the efforts of the government for the growth of startups ecosystem in our Telangana. Other initiative, the second phase of T-Hub, that is called as T-Hub 2.0, was started on 28th June 2022. Okay, second phase. It is one of the world's largest innovation campuses with a capacity of 4,000 startups in one building. 4,000 startups in one big building, just like in High-Tech City. One big building, 4,000 startups can be easily given for the rent. Okay, T-Hub phase 2 has further improved the startup ecosystem of the state. Already we have T-Hub, now this is T-Hub 2.0. Another big building is coming, which is promoting what? Startup ecosystem in our state. Okay, now let us go towards what? Service sector. In 2022 to 2023, service sector is contributing around 62.8% to the state GSVA. So now service sector is contributing lion's share, means larger and bigger share with regard to in Telangana's GSDP. After service sector, we are having what? Industry sector, and agriculture sector is the least contributor to our GSDP or GSVA, whatever it is. But remember this chronology and also the value. Service sector is actually contributing how much? 62.8% to the state GSVA. Its growth rate you can see 17.5% at current prices in 2022 to 2023. Nominal GSVA of the sector in 2022 to 2023 was 41.1%, higher than its pre-pandemic GVA. So a comparison has been given before pre-pandemic and after pre-pandemic. Pre-pandemic, whatever the nominal GSVA is there, okay, whatever was GSVA was there in pre-pandemic level, if you see today's GSVA of service sector, it has shown a jump of how much? 41.1%. Real estate ownership of dwelling and professional services accounts for are highest. Within service sector, you are having transport, you are having communication, you are having storage, you are having finance, you are having public administration, you are having real estate is there. Okay, in all tourism is there. Tourism is also, and entertainment is there. If you consider all of them, okay, within service sector, real estate ownership of dwelling is contributing highest. Within the service sector, this is the highest contributor. According to JLL City Momentum Index 2020, Hyderabad is the world's most dynamic city by occupying the first position in the City Momentum Index. Very, very important data. You have to remember this. As per this report, city is one of the world's best performing cities for the prime offices and its rental growth is phenomenal. Okay, means you build a property in Hyderabad, the rents will increase very enormously, like that it is saying. It is very dynamic city. Dynamics means ever changing. Mean the demand will give you lot of benefits, lot of profits. Okay, that is how this Hyderabad city has been actually tagged by this particular index. Okay. And you can also see that world most dynamic index, city momentum, city is one of the world's best performing cities for prime offices. Prime offices are nothing but the offices of the companies which are what? Headquarters. Like we are having Google headquarter here, we are having IBM headquarter here. Means all over the India, if a particular company wants to set up their headquarter, means they don't set up in Bangalore or Delhi like that, they are preferring Hyderabad to set up their prime offices. So that is what this particular index is saying. It's a huge it's a huge milestone that Telangana has achieved over a period of time, that companies are actually looking at Telangana to establish their prime offices. IT and ITES, if we see, compound annual growth rate of our information technology exports from 2014-15 to 2021 to 2022 is 15.67%. You should know the growth rate, compound annual growth rate from 2014 to 2022. Okay, it is how much? 15.67%. Employment in IT sector also increased from nearly 3.7 lakh to 7.7 lakh. So employment almost doubled. Remember this point. Okay, because of the growth is very exponentially good with regard to IT exports. Okay, now let us talk about public finance. Prudent fiscal management by the government. Prudent fiscal management is nothing but a management of the budget in such a way that it does not create a debt on the government. It does not ruin the treasury of the government. Such policy, which is a very good policy with regard to the receipts and expenditure, we call that policy as prudent. Prudent is nothing but always proactive and does not create any liability to the government when they are doing the expenditure. Such policies are called as prudent policies. So Telangana is very good with regard to this fiscal management. Tax revenues in 2022-2021, 66,650 crores. Okay, and before that 2019-20, this was 67, almost equal. Okay, why? Because here we got less because of pandemic. Okay, so that's why it did not increase. Very slight difference, it decreased, but because of pandemic it is 66 crore. Before pandemic it is 67 crore. During the 2018 to 21 period, means 18, 19, 20, means in 3-year period, the state owns revenue, means without getting any funds from the central government. The state owns revenue, tax and non-tax revenue including of it. So we are talking about state-owned revenues accounted for 73.1% of revenue receipts. So Telangana will get lot of receipts. Okay, revenue receipts. In revenue receipts, Telangana owns state, tax and non-tax revenues are only contributing what? 73.1%, means we are getting special assistance from the central government, we are getting tax devolution according to the finance commission from the central government is actually very smaller amount. We are so capable and self-reliant that we are able to generate 73% of our own revenues by our own tax and non-taxes. Okay, it is higher than the average of India's general states at 56.5%. So many students will ask me that, sir, why only 14 or 16 states are being compared with Telangana? Why? Because there are some states like Mizoram, Manipur, Tripura. So what kind of comparison you can do with Telangana and with that states? It is not required, right? Okay, because anyhow that will unnecessarily, that will anyhow fall below Telangana only. So we actually have to see with the bigger states, right? That is the reason only 14 bigger states has been considered while actually comparing. Okay, we have actually eliminated the states which are not in competition itself. Okay, so India's the general states average their own tax revenues are 56.5%, very less, but we are having how much? 73.1. It means we are doing very good with regard to tax implementation, with regard to tax collection, etc. so and so forth. This indicates the state financial self-sufficiency is very good in comparison to other states. Now if you see the revenue of Telangana average per capita revenue receives 27,305. Average per capita means in Telangana how many people are living. Okay, some are paying more to the government, some are paying less to the government. If you take the average per person in Telangana, minimum to the government they are giving how much? 27,000 we are paying to the government minimum per person. Means electricity, whatever the, obviously daddy will pay the electricity, but my share is this much, because we are doing what? Per person, average per person. Okay, so my petrol tax I am giving, whatever my university fee, etc. So per person the Telangana government is getting how much? 27,305 from each individual. It is highest among all the general states. Okay, excluding Goa. Goa is actually number one, but it is a very small state. That's why we are not comparing Goa. So within the largest state, Telangana is number one. But if we include Goa, Goa is number one. Okay. Average of India's general state is only what? 23,788. So in India, other state average if we take per person is giving to the government only 23,788. But in Telangana, every person is minimum giving to the government how much? 27,305 rupees. The state tax to GSDP ratio is also second highest among India's general states. Tax to GDP ratio is, if the GDP is growing, if the tax is also growing, no, this is called as tax buoyancy. If this is happening, means it is a good and healthy indicator for economy. It is good and a healthy indicator for a economy. So in this area also we are doing very good. Now if you see the expenditure of the Telangana state capital outlay 25,954 crores. Okay, it is 63% higher than the last year. So in 2020 to 2021 we spent around 15,000 crores, like almost like 16,000 crores on capital outlay. In 2021 to 2020 to 25,000, which is nothing but 63% higher. Okay, Telangana also had the highest share of developmental expenditure. Expenditure is of two types: developmental, non-developmental. Non-developmental expenditure is nothing but Asra pension scheme. Okay, because with that expenditure nothing government will get. Developmental expenditure is nothing but extending the roads, because more transportation will happen. Okay, buying more buses because more tickets will be sold. These are called as developmental expenditure. Flyovers, okay, and irrigation and the dams and electricity stations, these are all called as developmental expenditure. So our developmental expenditure is also highest, okay, with regard to India's average. India's average of all states developmental expenditure is only 68.4%, but Telangana's developmental expenditure is standing at 78.1%. So Telangana government is very, like Mr. Harish Rao, who was the last prime minister of our state, he was more of what? Developmental expenditure. He has done a lot. Spending on social services like education, health, welfare and housing, etc. Economic services, if anybody spends on agriculture, forestry, industry, transportation, these two are spending on social services, spending on economic services, these both are called as developmental expenditure only according to the economic survey. You don't have to use your brain to include anything here. Exactly you have to remember for your examination. Okay. In per capita terms, Telangana stood first in terms of developmental expenditure, already we have seen, followed by Karnataka. India's general state average was 20,233. Okay. In per capita terms, means Telangana government is doing expenditure. Per person, on every person, on an average, Telangana government is spending how much? 26,000 per person. Other states are spending how much? Only 20,000. So government of Telangana spending on per person is highest when compared to what? Other states average. In the 3 year 2018 to 2021, Telangana's committed expenditures include salaries and wages which they cannot decrease. They have to commit to it along with pension interest payments. As percentage of revenue received was 48.6% in 2018 to 21, lower than India's average. So in committed expenditures also, we are not increasing salaries, we are not increasing the wages. You can say that way also. Okay, but that could be debated, that a lot of people are not getting good hikes, okay, with respect to the inflation, that could be debated a lot. But when you see the committed expenditure, Telangana's committed expenditure is anyhow lesser than the India's average. So India's average committed expenditure of all these states is 55%, we are 48.6%. These indicators clearly indicate that Telangana has managed to perform well despite the challenging environment of having a new state. Okay, fine. So this is overview of chapter 1, part 1. Okay, so in the next class, I will do the Telangana Economic Survey overview, chapter 1, part 2. Okay, thank you.